Hey, I'm Jason Creel and you're watching A Lawn Care Life. I want to share with you a story today that got me thinking about lawn care pricing. This is such an important aspect of the lawn care business. We're going to talk about it in this video. Stay tuned. The longer I stay in the lawn care business, the more important I think that lawn care pricing is. And I think it's an area that I feel like people make mistakes on both sides of the spectrum, whether charging too little or charging too much. Let me share with you a story to illustrate this, and then we're going to talk specifically about pricing your lawn care services. So recently I got another cell phone and I decided that the old one was still working fine. I decided I'm going to sell it, okay? I didn't do an in-depth market analysis on it, but it's basically worth about 150 bucks. So I put it on Facebook for $150. I'm not going for the home run here. I buy and sell stuff online all the time. It's annoying when it drags out too long. I want to make a quick sale. I don't want to get ripped off. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. I want a fair value, maybe even take slightly less than market value if we can get this thing done quickly. So I put it on there for 150. I might take 130 for it, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Well, what happens? Sure enough, what happens about every single time you try to sell something like a cell phone, and this can happen selling lawnmowers and things like that too. Somebody wants to offer me $100. I say, no, okay. Well, this one guy, I finally say, I'll take 130. He says, I'll call you the next day. Next day rolls around, I never hear from him. I have somebody else come in there. They message me, $100. I want to put on there, no, but I thought, well, I'll be, more polite. I'll put no thanks. So I say, no thanks. He comes back and he messages me again. He says, $100 today. I thought, is this a repeat? Did I not just answer that I'm not taking $100? And so I just, it frustrated me. I get frustrated easily when I'm trying to sell stuff because people want to make lowball offers. And so what happened? I promise this got a connection with lawn care business here in just a second. So I just said, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to tell him a second time that I'm not going to take $100. I don't care if it's today, tomorrow, yesterday, or next week. I'm not taking $100, and I'm not going to put that on a message. I've already told him I'm not taking $100. So he puts on there, hello, as if I'm not responding. I said, I'm still not responding. I'm not answering you a second time that I'm not taking $100. Well, after a while, he comes back and he says, 120. I thought, okay, well, I'll at least talk to him now. I come back, I say, listen, I've got several people interested in the phone. I'll take no less than 130. He messaged me back, he says, 120. I think it's there's some kind of disconnect here. He thinks that when I tell him no, that doesn't really mean no. It just means, let me say it again, and then he'll say yes. I said, no, I'm honestly not going to take 120. I promise you, I'm not going to take 120. Never hear from him again. And as of this moment of shooting this video, I still haven't sold it. I think I'll sell it quickly. I'm not worried about it. And you know what happens in those situations? You get somebody that you finally agree, okay, I'm going to sell it for 130, and then they want to say, hey, can you meet me over this specific point? It'll be like 30-minute drive for me. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll meet you. I'll be the one riding the unicorn wearing the leprechaun outfit. You just wait on me. I ain't meeting somebody 30 minutes away who may or may not show up, and then when you get there, they may or may not actually buy the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you within 2-minute drive of my house, and that's it. So what does this have to do with lawn care? Enough of the cell phone story. When you come to pricing your lawn care service, your price is not just about a number. It is about the number, and that's very important because the number is what we're trying to make a profit here, and if the numbers aren't working for you, then your business is not going to do well. But prices in general have a psychological effect on a customer. I believe that I'm very psychologically affected by prices. I have strong convictions that things in life should be priced at a fair market value. That's why when I go to an amusement park, a sporting event, and a bottle of water costs $4, $5, $6, I'm psychologically offended because I know supply and demand and whatever you market. I understand a little bit of supply and demand and economics, but it still offends me because I know that's way above the market value of that. In the same time, when somebody offers me a ridiculously low offer on a cell phone, I get offended by that because they made a low offer. If I'm selling a house for $200,000 and somebody offers me $125,000, basically the equivalent of what this guy's offering for a cell phone, I'm not responding. You've offended the seller, the conversation's over, okay? So I think this applies when we're buying and selling lawn equipment. You know, I've always felt like if I want to buy a zero-turn mower, I find one that is a good price. I make a reasonable offer. I'm not trying to slaughter the seller. I'm trying to make a reasonable offer to secure a mower that's going to make me a lot of money. I mean, I think part of the principle here is people that say I'm gonna sell stuff and get top dollar for it. I'm gonna buy stuff real cheap. I mean, if you're a house flipper, okay, flip houses, go ahead. But for us in the lawn business, you need to view it like that. You're not gonna make or break it in the lawn business based on how great of a deal you got on a particular lawnmower. Of course, it's nice to get a great deal, but it's more about how can you make money with that piece of equipment. So back to the psychological effect of your pricing. When you price something too low, what does that communicate to the customer? Because I have some people and they think, I'm going to price it low, I'm going to get so many customers, this is going to be unbelievably great. And I don't know if they think I'm going to put my competition out of the business and then I'll go up on my price, or what, or they think I'm going to have so much work to do because look at this price I'm offering people, and people are going to jump at that. You know, what happens when you go to a fast food restaurant and they have a hamburger that costs $1? Are you thinking, wow, I bet that is one quality hamburger. I can't wait to taste how unbelievable this $1 hamburger tastes. What a deal. I am totally ripping off this fast food company because I got their hamburger for $1. Or are you thinking, that hamburger only cost $1. I bet the patty on it is so thin you might not can even see it. The bun is cheap. It's so cheap it probably won't taste good, but I don't want to spend any more than $1 on lunch or $3, so I'm just going to get 3 of them, and it's not going to be good or good for me, but that's all I'm spending. That's more like it, okay? So if you say, I'm going to do my lawn care services for cheapo price, people are thinking, what goes through the customer's mind? I tell you what goes through their mind. Most of them, they're thinking, wow, I bet this is the greatest lawn business ever. I just can't believe I got such an unbelievable deal on this outstanding lawn care provider. No, they're thinking, he's cheap, probably not that good, probably won't show up on time, but you know what? If it works out for just a few months, that'll be at that price, I'll take my chances. That's what goes through their mind. I mean, I'm serious. Now, let's flip it to the other extreme. If you price your lawn care service at, you think, some people I feel like go the opposite extreme. They say, well, I'm gonna be, charged top dollar. Look at me, my lawn care business is so fantastic, and I am such the most unbelievable lawnmower rider that I'm gonna charge top dollar, because people are gonna pay it because they just want to do business with me. Well, what happens in that situation? Sometimes you've offended a lot of people when you go and they've got a 1/4 acre lot here, a tiny yard that should take one person approximately 20 minutes to do the entire yard, and you say, well, that's going to be $65. You've offended a lot of people, including me. I'm not paying that $65. I'm not paying some crazy high price on a service that there's a lot of other people offering the same exact service, and a lot of them are very similar in quality. You might do a good job, so does a lot of other people. So you offend people on that end, and so you're going to cost yourself business. I personally haven't seen people be successful by thinking, I'm going to find those gullible people in my city and I'm going to absolutely rip them off and charge them way too much, but I think I can find enough of them that it's going to really make me a lot of money. Maybe if you're doing landscape installations, okay, and you charge really high price for your great landscape installations, and you just do a couple jobs a month, but you're charging $30,000-$40,000 for these big landscape jobs, then that might work, okay? But for mowing grass, to say I'm going to charge significantly higher than the market value, and I think it's worth mentioning, the market value is not the same in all markets. I talked to a guy today and he was telling me how low the prices were in his area. In my area, I feel like they're fairly high for mowing. But you got to understand what your market value is dictating. And you gotta understand, does that number work for you as a business? If not, do you have to cut some expenses to make it work? But then you gotta charge something reasonable so that you're not going too low, casting a lot of doubt in the customer's mind. Some people won't even give. You think there's a lot of people that eat $1 hamburger? No, they don't eat $1 hamburger. There's a lot of people in society who are not going to eat $1 hamburger. And if you charge too low, they are not gonna try you out no matter how great you are. And not to mention, you can't make it charging dirt cheap price in a lot of business anyway. I didn't see very few people be successful going real low on their prices. Same time, you're gonna be a $20 hamburger. Now, how many people is gonna pay $20 for a hamburger? Maybe a few, but I feel like that sweet spot, and you find where a lot of restaurants are charging, you charge somewhere between $10 and $15 for a hamburger that's good, people will pay it, and you feel like, if I can charge $15 for a hamburger worth $15? Well, probably not. But some people are willing to pay that. And so I think for your lawn care service, you got to find that price that communicates quality to the customer, but does not rip them off and offend them, and is not so cheap that they won't even try you because your price screams lack of quality. So you got to find that price that works for you. And in my experience, finding many customers at a good price that's both fair to the customer and works for you, the business owner, is how you're successful long term. Not finding a few customers that you're going to rip off, or finding hundreds and hundreds of customers that you're going to charge a dirt cheap price. I don't think either one of those models work. Find a fair price and stick to it. Your customers will appreciate it. It'll work for you, the business owner. And don't call me asking for some cheapo price on my cell phone, because I won't sell it to you. Hope the video is helpful. Let me hear from you guys in the comments. I know sometimes I share from my own experiences, but there's a lot of other experience from the people that are watching. So let me hear from you. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. Check out these suggested videos popping up now. Let me take a minute to mention the Lawn Care Life Conference. I'm about to really start promoting this. The 2018 Lawn Care Life Conference sponsored by Jobber. You can find out more details and register to come at lawncarelife.com.